The Ram Temple inauguration or the Pran Pratishtha ceremony has proven to be a classic catch-22 situation for the opposition parties. Congress party leader Sam Pitroda has termed the attention given to the Ram Temple as worrisome. The left parties have accused the BJP of using public exchequer money for religious purposes. TMC has given feelers that it might skip the ceremony, while the SP leader has called January 2022 or the event which is coming in on the 22nd of January as the Black Day. Neither the Congress nor the Samajwadi Party, interestingly, has taken an official position on Ram Temple inauguration. They have in fact distanced themselves from the statement of their own leaders. Now, to call this political flip-flop as politicization of Ram Temple is a clear distortion of the issue. Right from 1989, when the promise of the construction of Ram Temple found its place in the BJP manifesto, it has been a political issue. The BJP shall deliver on its poll promise on the 22nd of January 2024. Some opposition parties that have been opposed to the idea of the construction of Ram Temple in Ayodhya in the past today find no plausible political ground to take a palatable position. While if you have historically opposed the construction of the temple, how can you be a part of the Pran Pratishtha ceremony? And if you've given it a miss, if you plan to give it a miss, it makes for bad political optics in the election season. The inconsistent position or politicking on Ram Mandir, what would be its political cost for the opposition in the run-up to 2024? Our focus on brass tacks tonight.
I'm worried about it because I see too much importance given to religion. I see that democracy is being undermined. National agenda should focus on education, employment, growth, economy. उसकी तो बात होती नहीं है. बात होती है हिंदू टेंपल की, बात होती है राम भगवान की.
बाबरी मस्जिद को शहीद कर दिया गया और उस दिन को मुसलमान ब्लैक डे के नाम से माना.
राम मंदिर ये राजनीति करने का विषय नहीं है. यह हमारे अस्मिता का विषय है, आस्था का विषय है और श्रद्धा का विषय. लेकिन कुछ लोग हैं जिनका भारत 2014 के बाद बना है, उनको इतिहास मालूम नहीं. अयोध्या का लड़ाई जो है वो 2014 से पहले हुई.
भाजपा राम को वो बूथ एजेंट की तरह ट्रीट करता है. वोट में राम जी को उनका बूथ एजेंट की तरह ट्रीट करता है, पॉलिटिकल मार्केटिंग करता है. हमारा विरोध उससे है.
Sam Pitroda is a very good example of how far removed Congress and Rahul's Congress in particular is from the psyche of India, from the soul of India, from what Indians and every Bharatwasi wants.
आज अगर वहाँ राम मंदिर बन रहा है, वो तो देश की नींव है जी, देश की आस्था है, एक रेजिलिएंट भारत है कि हर मुश्किल के बावजूद लोगों ने अपना विश्वास समाप्त नहीं किया. ये तो वही लोग हैं जो राम को काल्पनिक मानते हैं. इनसे आप क्या उम्मीद करते हैं? इनके लिए तो राम काल्पनिक है, हमारे लिए राम हमारे आदर्श है.
Man in the eye of the storm, CNN News 18 Pallavi Ghosh has spoken exclusively to Sam Pitroda, who has refused to budge from his remarks. He says that it bothers him that religion has taken a center stage in national agenda, adding that for him, humanity will always be above faith. He was confronted with questions about Iftar Party and much more. We're playing out an excerpt of that conversation, an exclusive conversation. Please listen in.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pitroda, for joining us on CNN News 18. Mr. Pitroda, now I'm going to talk on another topic, and you are very much in the news over here. And that is because of your comments on the Ram Mandir issue. We know that everyone is looking at 22nd January as the big day. Interestingly, many within the Congress party, like Mr. Rasheed Kidwai, seem to be agreeing with you. Mamata Banerjee is likely to skip it. The left certainly has skipped it. You still stick to your stance that a Ram Mandir should not be made a political issue, and it has been made a political issue?
All I'm saying is religion is a personal issue to me, to Sam Pitroda. I'm not a very religious person. My wife is very religious. She has her temple in the house. She prays every day for 2 hours. That's her privilege. Religion is something we should respect, allow people to practice their own religion. But to me, more important thing is humanity. To me, more important thing is freedom. I do not want to ask you what your religion is. I don't care. To me, you are human being first, then you are Indian national, then what language you speak, what religion you practice is okay. India is for everybody. It is in our constitution. You got to respect all religion. If you want to celebrate, more power to you. I have no issue with it. But do not politicize religion. But today's system is very different. Politics is all about religion today. I don't subscribe to that. I was born in British Raj. I grew up as Gandhian in a Gujarati family. I lived in a small little tribal village. There was Muslim next door, Jain next door, Oriya next door, and Sardarji next door. We all lived together. We all ate each other's food whenever, kids were together. No one ever talked about the fact that you are Muslim or you are Sikh or you are Jain. When I see the situation today, after 80 years, it bothers me. That's all. I'm talking as Sam Pitroda.
But Mr. Pitroda, when you say that religion should not be politicized, you think the religion has now become politicized, or the Ram Mandir issue has become politicized? Because Mr. Pitroda, it's also about Astha. It's an Astha about millions of Indians who are looking forward to 22nd January.
That's fine. It's okay. Good. You should look forward to it. You should celebrate. I'm not saying that. What's the problem? My wife would celebrate. Perfectly acceptable. She's all happy. What's the problem? Okay.
So when you say it's being politicized now, what is it that you're talking about the Ram Mandir being politicized?
All I'm saying is now religion has taken a front stage in Indian politics. It's all about Hindutva. It's less about Manavta and more about Hindutva.
And why would that be wrong? Why would that be wrong?
I'm saying nothing wrong. I'm not saying there's anything wrong. All I'm saying is, as a nation, we need to pay more attention to Manavta. We need to pay more attention to respecting every religion. Look what is going on in Gaza. It is a conflict came out of a national state which believes in one religion. That is not the kind of India I grew up with. India I grew up with was very different. Okay. Today. Yeah, go ahead, please.
No, you want to complete your point.
No.
Mr. Pitroda, would you agree with the left? And would you agree with Mamata Banerjee when they say that politics is being mixed up with religion in the case of Ram Mandir, and therefore we are not going to be attending the 22nd January? Would you then advise the Congress party to do the same?
I do not advise anybody, and I do not comment on what Mamata Banerjee wants to say or what left want to say. That is their privilege. I'm talking about Sam Pitroda. I don't even advise my wife on religion. Okay. So who am I to advise Congress party on religion?
But you would support the Congress party if it decides to boycott it, right?
That's Congress party.
Would you think that's the right thing to do? Would you say that's the right thing to do?
That is party's privilege. Whatever party does, I will support it.
Fair enough. Thank you very much, Mr. Pitroda, for talking to CNN News 18. Thank you very, very much.
Right, there are other parts to that interview as well. We asked Mr. Pitroda also about whether iftar parties that were earlier hosted by certain political parties, including Congress, or were they really secular in nature? That full conversation will play out here on CNN News 18. But Mr. Sam Pitroda's remark have given more ammunition to the BJP. CR Keswan of the Saffron Party has tweeted, and this is part of our Motorola's India's best 5G smartphone tweet of the day.
Hello, Moto.
And I quote right now, Sam Pitroda is the Shakuni of Congress. He has insulted our armed forces during Balakot, remarking, what did we really attack? We really killed 300 people. Now he abuses the faith of crores of Bharatiya by spewing venom on Ram Mandir. Such adharma will be vanquished by our people. That's the word coming in from Mr. CR Keswan on the tweet of Mr. Sam Pitroda, or the position that he has taken. Now let's get to our big debate. Amid the Ram Mandir Showdown, will the politicking cost the opposition bloc? The fact that Mr. Sam Pitroda says that this is his individual opinion and nothing to do with the Congress party, but these kind of comments coming at critical junctures at an important point, especially so close to the elections, on an emotive issue like Ram Mandir, can it really be insulated from the mainstream political discourse? Our focus on brass tacks.
Hello, Moto.
Well, let's take this question to our guests as well. Joining us on the broadcast, Anila Singh of the BJP is joining us on the broadcast. Ghanshyam Tiwari, the spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Mr. Vivek Srivastava, who's a political analyst. And Mr. Shantanu Gupta, who's an author and political analyst, joining us on the broadcast. Good evening to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Anila ji, first to you. Mr. Sam Pitroda says that these are his personal views, not necessarily the official position of the Congress party. And the Congress party so far has not taken the issue of the invitation extended for the Pran Pratishtha ceremony head on. They are yet to make up their mind whether they will attend or they won't attend.
My Ram Ram to all. And if he says that these are my own personal views and it has nothing to do with the Congress party, then why the hell you are speaking such crap about Ram Bhakt, about Ram Mandir, about Bhagwan Shri Ram? If you are nobody and if you think that your statements doesn't have any value, then why you are talking crap? You are part and parcel of Congress party. This is the mindset of Congress party. They have always insulted Sanatanis, whether I talk about Samajwadi Party, whether I talk about the Congress party, whether I talk about the TMC or any XYZ political party. Those who are deep into appeasement. And what Mr. Pitroda is saying? That we should not talk about temples, we should not talk about Hindu Devi and Devtas, and we should talk more about the democracy. Democracy is finished in India, yes, according to him in India, because we believe in Bharat. So let me tell you here, Anusha, one thing very clearly. जब हम अपनी आस्था की बात करते हैं, तब इस भारत राष्ट्र को खत्म करने वाली जो शक्तियां हैं, चाहे वो समाजवादी पार्टी के रूप में हो और चाहे वो कांग्रेस पार्टी के रूप में हो, वो तब जो है हमारी आस्था पर अटैक करती है, प्रहार करती है.
Ghanshyam Tiwari ji, there is a statement that came from Dimple Yadav, and that statement was very categoric, and she said, your leader mentioned that Ram ki आस्था तो सभी में है, and we are not disputing that. She made a categoric statement, but there's also a statement from Mr. Shafiqur Rahman Barq, and I'm sure I don't have to repeat that statement to you because it has played out on national media. He hopes that Babri Masjid will be back one day. It's also being called as a black day, the 22nd of January. Samajwadi Party, does it have an inconsistent position? Different leaders speaking in different voices. Are you clear and categoric about your stand ahead of the crucial Pran Pratishtha ceremony on the 22nd of January?
Good evening, Anisha. To
Good
you, the viewers and the fellow co-panelists. There are three things that are important. Religion, every one of us grew up practicing in our own way in our homes. And it is a matter of individual faith. And this is how I grew up in Air Force bases. That is how my parents who served the defense forces served with the same spirit. And I think that's the spirit across the country. My parents didn't groom me into become a Ram Bhakt who doesn't care about employment. I went to Kendriya Vidyalaya, I went to NIT Surathkal, various top colleges to study, learn, find ways to contribute for the country. But here is Bharatiya Janata Party for whom Braj Bhushan Singh आस्था को मजबूत करता है. फॉर हुम बाबू बजरंगी आस्था को मजबूत करता है, फॉर हुम बिल्किस बानो के रेपिस्ट को छोड़ने से आस्था मजबूत होती है, फॉर हुम मणिपुर में जब बेटियों को इस तरीके से घुमाया गया और प्रधानमंत्री में हिम्मत नहीं हुई कि मणिपुर जाए तो आस्था मजबूत होती है, फॉर हुम कश्मीर में जो हो रहा है उससे आस्था मजबूत होती है. देयर नेशनल एजेंडा इज ओनली वन थिंग, टू टर्न योर चाइल्ड इनटू अ पर्सन who will only focus on Astha, not their career. So if your viewer is looking at this debate and ask, is Anila Singh preparing her children to focus on career or Astha?
I'll ask her that question, but I have an interjection.
Every one of your viewers have prepared their children to focus on a career.
Sir,
and Astha goes in parallel.
I agree. On that broad point, I think I agree with you. But I have an interjection. Please listen to me, sir. The Samajwadi Party is known to host and was known to host the biggest and the best iftar parties in Uttar Pradesh. In fact, it used to happen at your party headquarters. And that was secular, if I may ask you that question, sir?
We have hosted ceremonies for all religions.
For example?
Have you not gone to ceremonies of any other religion, Anusha, for example?
No, I have friends across faiths, sir.
Point over.
That's not the point that I'm making. That's not the point I'm making. I am saying that, sir, please listen to my question. I'll allow you to complete, sir.
I heard your question. Heard your question.
Okay.
To say that a political party has to take certificate from CNN News 18 and BJP about their Astha, political party, our party is looking for the employment of youth. Our party is looking for the caste census that will uplift the poor, those who are marginalized by people like BJP who believe in the feudalism of upper caste. Our party is looking for the power of women against people like Braj Bhushan Singh. And our party is looking for the power of parliament, where 140 members of parliament are not thrown out and a criminal justice system of the country is revived without debate, about which News 18, a noted journalist like you would not have seen arguments. Have you seen any arguments?
No, I did in fact a half-an-hour show when those 3 laws were brought in.
And
in fact, and on 9 p.m. show, sir, like this debate is half an hour. And more importantly, we criticized the move that the government had made. So I think that's beside the point.
Think about it. So
yes.
CNN News 18 can do half-an-hour show, but members of opposition could not discuss it for half an hour in parliament. What a shame. So the national agenda is not your Astha or my Astha. National agenda is power of parliament. National agenda is employment. National agenda is the fact that for the first time in any democracy, and particularly in our democracy, youth had to resort to anarchy and terrorism so that the Prime Minister of India could listen to the issues of employment. BJP can go and turn your children into people who will ditch their career and focus on Astha. That is BJP's game plan, because they do not have people who can build towards your employment. They cannot take the country forward. So they will push your children backward, while Mr. Jay Shah will.
Sir, I will ask BJP the questions about employment, price rise, inflation, and on each occasion when the opposition has been able to raise these issues, BJP has been questioned on those facts and figures. But right now, because the Ram Temple is being inaugurated, these are arguments which are made by opposition parties that look, a constitutional position is somewhat being misused. There were canards being spread that look, it's the public exchequer money which is being spent on a ceremony which is not correct. Now I'm asking you a question straight upright, which is that there were certain religious functions and parties that were hosted at the headquarters of the Samajwadi Party, and if that wasn't something communal and it was secular in nature, then why is it that the Ram Temple inauguration suddenly becomes communal and is not secular in nature? I think that's a fair question to ask.
Yes, it is a fair question, and I have responded in very plain terms that we have celebrated every festival that people around us celebrate, whether it's a festival for Hindus, whether it is a festival for Muslims, whether it is festival such as the festival for the nation, such as the Republic Day, Independence Day, or whether it is the festival of joy for the nation, such as the 2nd October, which is the birthday of
you're reiterating the position that you just mentioned.
And that is how
Mr. Shantanu Gupta, there's a clear question that the opposition parties are asking, that the hype around, and I'm quoting their words, the hype around Ram Mandir is being created, it is being politicized because BJP does not have answers on real substantial questions of employment, rising unemployment, inflation, and various other issues in this country. Do you believe that this narrative or this kind of whataboutery is really going to stick?
Jai Shri Ram to all your viewers. I think let me put the facts right. This ceremony is not organized by BJP first. It's organized by Shri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Trust, which was made on the order of Supreme Court. See, Shri Ram is a hero for crores and crores of Hindus and Sanatans, and for many Ram is imaginary, right? They have a stated position, right? Rahul Gandhi stated that जो लड़के मंदिर जाते हैं वो लड़की छेड़ते हैं. Arvind Kejriwal said on record that his grandmother is not happy that why temple is made. Someone wanted to make a hospital there, someone wanted to make a toilet there, right? And Samajwadi Party leaders are calling it a black day. Samajwadi party leaders are also tearing the copies of Ramayana. There, someone recently said Hindu dharma to ek dhoka hai, Hindu dharma to ek dhanda hai. Yeah. So I think now they are rattled. They are rattled that why? Because they ran a minority politics, appeasement politics for a year together. Congress started it and they taught to all their junior partners like Samajwadi Party, TMC, here and there, right? And today their politics is challenged. All Hindus and Sanatis are coming together. It's also one of the part of their entity. After 500 years back, Ram Lalla is coming home. Ram is a hero for not only Indians, for in a Buddhist country like Thailand, you know, Ramayana is a national book. You know that their kings are called Rama 1, Rama 2, current king of Thailand is called Rama 10, the kings of Egypt called Ramses. So Rama is a global hero for a lot of people. He's coming back to his home. Ram Lalla is coming back. And it's a global ceremony. You know, thousands of temples across the globe are running live, and the people who have the invitation in India, they don't want to go. I think their politics is very, very clear, and people are watching.
Mr. Vivek Srivastava, do you agree with that argument that the opposition is rattled? Because historically these parties have opposed the creation of Ram Temple at that particular site. That has been their position, political and legal for some political parties. And now when a temple is being constructed, they don't have a palatable political position to really take in public discourse.
No, as a communist, I think we have decided that we should boycott this event, because this event is not a religious event at all. It is an election event for 2024, which the BJP is trying to do to capitalize. And that is why for this, if I use the word inauguration, they will again object. So I'll use their traditional word Pran Pratishtha. They are inviting the Prime Minister of India. I do not know where the Shankaracharyas have gone. I do not know where the various Dharam Gurus have gone. I do not know where people are. So it seems everybody is now giving the status of being a bigger Dharam Guru to the Prime Minister of India.
Saints of every mutt of India. From Jammu Kashmir to Tamil Nadu.
Shantanu ji, I'll come to you. Shantanu ji, I'll come to you.
The Vishwa Hindu Parishad approached the communist parties with an official invitation for the Ram Temple, and they were treated with respect, and they were talked to, and then finally it was decided, and as Comrade Sitaram Yechuri spoke very clearly, that it is a political event. It is, and if you see the official statement, nobody is against any temple, nobody is against any religion, everybody has a right to do a puja, everybody has the right to do whatever they want. However, when you start using religion in political space just for votes and just to exploit the religious and the emotional sentiments of the people who are gullible, we oppose it. And that is why we have decided to boycott this event. It is not a religious event, it is a political event of Narendra Modi and the BJP. And on a personal level, I endorse what Sam Pitroda said.
The construction of Ram Temple since 1989 has been the promise of the BJP. They have not really made any, they've not tried to shy away from that particular poll promise. That has been their agenda. And they have fulfilled a political promise. It has not happened illegally. It has happened via the orders of the Supreme Court.
No, they have not. The BJP has not made the temple. Sorry, there's a correction.
No, I'm not saying that the BJP has made a temple. No, I am not saying that the BJP has made a temple.
And the court battle happened for a long time. Yeah. So firstly, they are trying to mislead the people by saying it is the court. And if you read the court judgment, I think Shantanu can comment on it. Visheshadhikar ke tahat ये मंदिर बना है. Archaeological evidences have been neglected if anybody reads the Supreme Court judgment. So all this nonsense that the BJP is trying to feed to the people.
I believe even yesterday this point was made.
And Supreme Court judgment.
No, I know. Even yesterday this point was made about the extraordinary powers of the Supreme Court under 142. And there was no evidence and it was only under the extraordinary powers. I think that's a distortion of the judgment. There was clear archaeological survey of India evidence that was on record. Mr. Shantanu Gupta, a quick point from you, please.
I think multiple points quickly. So first of all, more than 4,000 saints of Bharatvarsh are being called. From every sect, every tradition, every mutt, every akhada are being called. Multiple sadhus. Every dharmshala there will be full that time. So I think gets your fact right. And this invitation, I'm again telling you,
one at a time, please. Can I please have Shantanu Gupta?
It's not a BJP event. It's not It's not a BJP event. The invitation is coming from Shri Ram Janbhoomi Tirth Kshetra Trust. Let not your panelist confuse people. So these two facts. And about the judgment, it's a 1000-page judgment. I have read it multiple times. I can show you the copy to Mr. Vivek, and it's based on archaeological evidence, historical evidence, a lot of the circumstantial evidence, lot of documents documented from British era for the reverse possession. It's a very clear judgment, a 5-0 judgment. So if you can't read the judgment, I can help you read that.
No, and I believe I don't know why that distortion is coming in repeatedly.
मंदिर बनवाया
नहीं सर, मुझे नहीं लगता बीजेपी ने मंदिर बनवाया, मंदिर श्रद्धालुओं ने बनाया है। लेकिन इस देश में नहीं, एक सेकंड, इस देश में जब एक मूवमेंट चली थी तो उसको एक पॉलिटिकल सपोर्ट की जरूरत थी। हर पॉलिटिकल पार्टी ने अपनी एक पोजीशन ली थी और बीजेपी, शिवसेना, उस समय जो बाला साहब ठाकरे थी, सबने एक पोजीशन ली थी। उसी पॉलिटिकल पोजीशन की आज बात हो रही है।
आई जस्ट नीड 10 seconds। वो पॉलिटिकल मूवमेंट ने तो मोबोक्रेसी दिखाई थी और एक ढांचे को जाके भीड़ ने बिना कोर्ट के ऑर्डर्स के तोड़ा था और इस देश का मुंह काला हुआ था इंटरनेशनल फोरम पे। दिस इज द रियलिटी ऑफ द सो कॉल्ड पॉलिटिकल मूवमेंट। इट वाज अ बैटल इन द कोर्ट and the court has given in favor of the temple. Everybody respects it, including the minorities and the Muslims. And the Prime Minister has nothing to do anything with it apart from 2024. हम इस politicization के खिलाफ हैं and nobody from the left is going to attend it. We are boycotting it.
Anila Singh of the BJP, please come into the discussion. The Prime Minister attending the event, I don't think there is any provision in the Indian Constitution that bars the Prime Minister from attending an event of this nature, but the opposition claims it is against political morality. Anila ji.
देखिए, पहली बात तो ये है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेता, चाहे वो प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में हो, चाहे वो मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में हो या किसी भी मिनिस्टर के पद में हो, एक बार नहीं 10 बार जाएंगे। हम अयोध्या भी जाएंगे, हम काशी भी जाएंगे, हम मथुरा भी जाएंगे। हिम्मत चाहिए जो आप लोगों में नहीं। जस्ट नाउ आई वाज लिसनिंग टू मिस्टर विवेक श्रीवास्तव, व्हाट ही वाज सेइंग, मुंह काला करके आए। हाँ, यही बोला ना इन्होंने। मुंह काला करने का क्या मतलब होता है यहाँ पर? व्हाट यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट? You're talking about Rambats.
Rambats तोड़ा था 1992 में।
Anila ji was talking about the demolition of the Babri Masjid. One at a time. Anila ji, right now, please. Yes.
भारत को हम माँ बोलते हैं, भारत माता बोलते हैं, and this man sitting on a panel, he is saying कि भारत का मुंह काला हो गया। हमारे यहाँ मुंह काला होने का मतलब ये होता है किसी की अगर इज्जत लुट जाती है। What nonsense he is talking about? और ये लेफ्टिस्ट, ये पापी, ये जाएंगे अयोध्या। आपको जाना भी नहीं चाहिए क्योंकि आपकी औकात नहीं है लेफ्टिस्ट की वहां पे अयोध्या में अपना कदम भी रख सके।
Without permission.
One at a time. I'll come back to you, Vivek ji.
Wait on.
Yes.
I have to complete my thing.
Finish your point.
Secondly, I was listening to Mr. Tiwari. Like he came to my children. That what type of upbringing I am giving to my children, or what type of upbringing I have given to my children. Next time, I dare you. You better not cross your line. नहीं तो मैं आपके upbringing के ऊपर यहाँ पर सवाल उठाऊंगा।
No, I think no, one second. I think all the comments that have been made so far pertain to the substance of the issue. Anila ji, no comments have been made here in personal capacity, and I reiterate that position as the moderator of this debate, that no panelist will get away by making a personal comment against anyone. That's the basis, that's the bottom line, that's the bottom rule of the debate that I conduct.
Let me complete. If I talk about the Samajwadi Party, what development they are talking about? इनका development सारा का सारा सफाई में होता था ना? Each and every development work where in Safai. When people were dying in Muzaffarnagar after Muzaffarnagar riots because of the cold, Safai was celebrating. Dancers, singers, actors, actresses, they came to Safai. They were dancing. They were entertaining Akhilesh Yadav ji and his party there. People were dying and they were getting entertained. So what?
Anila ji, can I please reiterate the question to you? 30 seconds to you. Why is it that the Prime Minister should be allowed, or is political and morally valid in attending an event of this nature? The opposition is consistently questioning that constitutionally he is holding a constitutional position, he shouldn't be part of the religious ceremony. And as I said earlier, in my understanding of the Indian Constitution, there is nothing that bars the Prime Minister from attending an event of this nature. What is your position on this, ma'am?
Absolutely. He is a prime minister, so he doesn't have any right to attend any of the temple. आपकी तरह क्या appeasement में है वो? He is working for each and every citizen living in this country. But it doesn't mean that he will not respect his own astha. He will do that. He will do that. ये लोग क्या करते थे? मथुरा जाते थे, कभी मंदिर में नहीं गए,
not doing the प्राण प्रतिष्ठा himself.
They were into vote bank politics.
Common man की तरह फिर राम भक्त बन के जाते ना.
Mr. Shantanu Gupta, please come into the discussion. I think there are 2 points that have been raised repeatedly. I have dealt with this topic over the last few days consistently on prime time, which is that why is the Prime Minister attending an event of this nature? I fail to understand what bars a Prime Minister from attending an event of this nature. The first President of this country attended an event at the Somnath Temple. There are multiple instances where I can cite.
Attending. It is
one second. To be a part of the religious ceremony, to take part, to lead that religious ceremony along with the priest, is there something wrong with that? What is the big deal about it, Mr. Shantanu Gupta?
I think I can explain you what's the big deal, because they're getting jittery. Then when they were opposing for the temple for so many years, they're opposing for the case for so many years, and when the temple is getting built, they're getting jittery. See, the invitation is extended to various people by the Ram Janmabhoomi Trust, and Prime Minister accepted the invitation, is going. Somebody is accepting the invitation, somebody is not accepting the invitation, right? I can show you for the on the record that iftar parties were held in Rashtrapati Bhavan, iftar parties were held in Prime Minister House during UPA 1 and UPA 2, and from Sitaram Yechuri to all left member went there. In fact, Pinarayi Vijayan every 3 months go to the Christian Service CSS event. I have tweeted the photo. You can check on my timeline. So I think that all is fine. Then Pinarayi Vijayan can go to Christian events. Sitaram Yechuri go to parties organized by Rahul Gandhi, parties organized by PM House. But Prime Minister going to a Hindu ceremony is a problem. You know, I'll tell you a very interesting fact. Whenever any president of America takes oath, just before taking the oath, every Prime Minister from last hundreds of years, they go to a particular jet in Washington DC. That's fine with them, right? Because that's America. So from Sitaram Yechuri to Barack Obama, they can attend the religious ceremony, but Narendra Modi should not attend the religious ceremony. I think people are watching. I will always say my arguments will only go till some point, but people are watching. People are watching where these people are standing, and they will show in 2024 voting that how we are behaving there. How we are treating people.
I want you to come into the discussion. There is a strange brand of secularism that has existed in this country, which in some way has run down the sentiments of the majority community.
Well, two things. One is that iftar party, apparently this is the new anchor of this debate. Then I can say that Shahnawaz Hussain, who was member of parliament, who was also minister, cabinet minister, and maybe Anila Singh ji and Shantanu ji are taller leaders than Shahnawaz Hussain today. He was the main organizer for iftar parties of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Maybe he is no more a BJP leader anymore. So this whole idea of dividing India on what kind of festivals you should attend, you should host, you should participate is a sham.
So that's fine, right? BJP leaders organized iftar parties, Prime Minister attended a Christmas event.
But let him finish his point. Shantanu ji, let him finish his point. I'll come back to you. Yeah.
So the main point is, and I go back to the point that I made to your viewers, that if you want your child to be unemployed and to swing in the bhakti of BJP and their propaganda, please go ahead. And if you want your daughters to feel threatened in front of people like Braj Bhushan Singh, yet he becomes the ambassador of BJP in this new Ramayana of 2024, please go ahead. But today,
घनश्याम जी, एक सवाल जो सीधा आपसे पूछा गया, माफ कीजिए आपको बीच में टोक रही हूँ, कि सैफई में जब सैफई में महोत्सव होता था तो कौन सा उसमें एम्प्लॉयमेंट बढ़ रहा था, या फिर जब ये बोला गया था कि लड़कों से गलतियां हो जाती हैं तो कौन सी हम महिलाओं को सुरक्षा दे रहे थे? ये सारे सवाल तो कहीं ना कहीं समाजवादी पार्टी के लिए भी खड़े होते हैं.
तो ये अनुषा सोनी की तरफ से ब्रजभूषण सिंह के लिए डिफेंस है.
बिल्कुल नहीं है सर, किसी भी नहीं. I will not take that lightly. Just as a woman, sir, forget me as an anchor or a journalist. I have a right to ask you a question that I have exercised.
And those who speak for BJP, that if you have to defend Brajbhushan Singh with this kind of rhetorical question, that's point one.
I'll come to Anila ji.
And point two, that we developed the best expressway in Uttar Pradesh. We gave Uttar Pradesh its best hotels, hospitals, hotels, the industry. We gave Uttar Pradesh the dial 100 for police, the helpline for women. We did our job. It is your job to reduce all that, to say that 5 parties. What is BJP doing? Again, I repeat, if your daughters are threatened by people like Brajbhushan Singh becoming powerful, 2024 they are going to be more powerful because they are the new Rams in Bharatiya Janata Party's Ramayana of 2024.
Ghanshyamji, as I go to the BJP for a response from them, I want to say something to you. I want to say something to you. When it comes to women issues, when it comes to issues of unemployment, I think there are legitimate and important questions that should be asked to the ruling party. The question here is of a Ram temple, and each time questions around Ram temple and secularism are put to the Samajwadi Party, somehow it seems that all these issues of female safety, female security, women's safety, or unemployment, inflation are used as some kind of shields because you don't want to answer the question head on or directly.
Good question. Believing in Ram, my name is Ghanshyam, is my personal faith. Is my personal faith.
Ji.
But that when reports published in India Today and CNN News 18 that 1 in 2 educated youth in India are unemployed, that is national agenda. When Manipur burns, it is national agenda. When women and daughters and sisters and wives of our national heroes who fought Kargil are paraded naked in Manipur, and the Prime Minister does not show courage to go to Manipur, that is national agenda.
Sir,
and women who win medals for the country,
I'm also reminded of the incident of Gayatri Prajapati, somebody who was on a run and was accused of heinous offences against women. I'm sure you remember that case. But Anila Singh ji, a quick point from you, and then I'll go back to Ghanshyam Tiwari.
Anusha, I just want to tell Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, when you say that I have name by Ghanshyam, Shyam into it, then people like you who keep on demeaning Bhagwan Shri Ram or any of our Hindu Devi Devtas are like Muh mein Ram, Bagal mein Churi. So your time and again, I did not.
No. Anila Singh right now, then I'll go to Vivek Srivastava, one person at a time. Anila Singh of the BJP.
Secondly, when you talk about Mr. Braj Bhushan, तो मैं आपको बता देती हूँ Mr. Braj Bhushan ने जो किया उसकी उनको सजा मिल गई है. दूसरी बात ये है कि जितने ज्यादा मेडल्स नरेंद्र मोदी जी के टेन्योर में खिलाड़ी लेकर आए हैं इंटरनेशनल स्पोर्ट्स में, अब तक के इतिहास में नहीं आए हैं. और तीसरी बात ये है, if you are talking about Sakshi Singh, if you are talking about Bajrang Punia or anybody, you are saying that this political party is not taking care of Jat community. So let me tell you here, whether we talk about any of the elections right from 2014 to 22, Jats and the latest 3 states elections, Jats are with Bharatiya Janata Party because they have got all the faith in Narendra Modi ji. So do not try to tell here that because of the Braj Bhushan saying sports community is angry from Narendra Modi ji or Jats are angry from
Narendra. All right, I want to bring in Vivek Srivastava and Shantanu Gupta into the discussion. Okay. Shantanu ji, first to you. Okay. Shantanu ji, first to you. Right. See, I'm going to just cut the clutter, the political clutter and the statements coming in. Vivek ji, I'll come back to you. Ghanshyam ji, I'll come back to you. Ahead of 2024, whether the opposition likes it or not, Ram Temple and the Pran Pratishtha ceremony, which will happen there on the 22nd of January, is going to be a very important point. I believe right from the 1990s up till now, this is a watershed moment in Indian politics, and in many ways, the issue that dominated the Indian politics for the last 3 decades has somehow come to a logical conclusion, and the BJP will have political advantage of it. What kind of effect will it have on the opposition, which is scrambling in many ways to take an official line or position on this particular issue?
Anusha, in 2014, when Congress lost the election miserably, under A.K. Antony, they formed an internal committee, right, that why we lost, right, and A.K. Antony report said that Congress should stop looking blatantly anti-Hindu and then start the temple run and the Janeudari Brahman of Rahul Gandhi, of Priyanka Gandhi and a lot of other political leaders across India, right. And they were trying to imitate BJP. BJP has put from, as you rightly said, in 1989 from Palampur resolution, their resolution for temple. In fact, then opposition party used to take pot shot on them कि मंदिर वहीं बनाएंगे, तारीख नहीं बताएंगे. But today the तारीख is there, 22nd January 2024, and now these people are shying away. And as I'm saying repeatedly, people are watching. People, almost 80% of Hindus across India, from Jammu Kashmir to Tamil Nadu, from northeast to Rajasthan, they are watching that how opposition parties are treating their faith, and it will show in the ballot.
I have completely run out of time on the show, but I want to give last 1 minute to Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari for his closing comments.
I'll just take 20 seconds. I will just say that the BJP spokesperson said Braj Bhushan Singh ko saja mil gayi hai. Your viewers should know that the man is accused of harassing, molesting, assaulting 1,000 women as per the accusations on him. क्या सजा मिली अनिल सिंह जी, बताइए। आई गिव माई टाइम टू यू। ब्रिजभूषण सिंह को के ऊपर 1000 बच्चियों के साथ ये गलत काम करने का आरोप है, क्या सजा मिली है? बीजेपी स्पोक्सपर्सन बताए देश की जनता को।
मैं माफी चाहती हूँ, लेकिन इस समय मेरे पास that's all the time that I have, sir. All I want to say as somebody who reports from the court is that the Delhi police has filed an elaborate charge sheet against Brijbhushan Singh, and all the allegations against him are very serious and heinous in nature. They need to be proven in a court of law, and neither the BJP or the Congress can give him any kind of punishment. It's the courts of this country, and I hope that the due process takes its own course. But thank you, gentlemen, for joining us on the broadcast and being a part of this discussion.